guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's good to have you guys back here. So today is going to get juicy. We are going to talk about how to glow up. And I mean really glow up. I don't mean go to the gym because I want to make my ex jealous kind of glow up. I mean, I'm not going to give my ex any attention because I'm working on myself kind of glow up. So let's get it. I have listed a few steps in which you can follow to glow up. And guys, if you follow these steps, you are going to glow up. You are honestly going to be unrecognizable. You're gonna Okay, I'm gonna start sharing because I'm really excited about this video. Step number one is that you have to heal. You have to heal. You gotta do the hard work here, guys, okay? Because glowing up, it ain't easy. Glowing up ain't for the weak, okay? Don't get fooled, guys. Glowing up is not all about just going to the gym and having all these nice clothes and skincare. Like, that is part of what comes with it, but that is not the real glow up. Because a lot of the times we use these things to mask how we're feeling. Like, we can easily use the gym as escapism. I'm talking from experience, guys. I know what I'm talking about. We can easily hide behind all our beautiful clothes, all our makeup, all our jewelry. We can easily hide behind that. But the real work, the real glow up, is taking care of that inner body. Okay? Taking care of how you really feel inside. Healing all these limiting belief systems that are really stopping you from living the life that you deserve. The life that you deserve. Because, guys, you deserve to live your best life. Everybody does. Everybody deserves to live their best lives. You deserve to get yours. Okay? Okay? And you have to heal. You have to heal all of that. Because guess what? Most of the time, it is our own traumas that are actually stopping us from living that life that we truly deserve. And I'll give you guys an example. I mentioned in my first video that I have always wanted to start a YouTube channel. I wanted to start a YouTube channel for years, but I had this belief system that I was not enough, that I couldn't make it work, that I am not like the YouTubers that I watch. I'm not as good as them. Like, what am I thinking? How could I even ever start a YouTube channel? I'm not pretty enough. Like, oh, guys, I had all these stories that I was telling myself to keep myself from starting my YouTube channel. And I had to do the work to actually get to this point to start my channel, right? To not really even care what people might think. I had to put in the hard work. It was days and nights of shedding, of crying, of really processing the pain that I never processed, that I didn't want to process. And here's the thing. Healing is just not for the weak, right? Because it requires you to be vulnerable. It requires you to heal. It requires you to let go of all these belief systems that have been our entire life story. It requires us to let go of those. And for the most part, some of these belief systems, like, don't just start with us. They started with our parents and their parents. And it's just like this whole generational trauma. And if you're seeing this video, that means you are that person that actually wants to do the work. And let me tell you, honey, you are one step closer to that ultimate glow up. Okay? So yes, put in the work. It is not easy. And the thing is, guys, most of our limiting beliefs are so deep rooted that they're not even in our conscious mind. We carry them in our subconscious. So we don't even really know that we are holding on to these, and it requires you to be intentional with working on yourself to really get down to the root of your trauma. And I know what you might be thinking. Neo, how do I heal something that I don't even know that I know? Like, how do I tap into my subconscious? There's tools for that. The way I did it was I started to meditate. And what meditation does, it allows you to be still. It allows you to come into the present moment. You focus on things like your breath, focusing on grounding. And when you do that, you start to eliminate outside distractions. You bring yourself to the center of yourself, right? And you allow yourself to just listen to what's going on inside you, what comes up. And it's that practice that you do every single day, and things will eventually start to come up. They'll start to come up. Another way is yoga. FYI, guys, I am a yoga teacher. When I did my yoga teacher training, we did lots and lots and lots of yoga. And what started happening was so interesting. I started to tap into memories of my past traumas. That one, I never even thought about those memories since they happened. And two, I had no idea that those were actually traumatic events, because for the most part, when we are little and we are experiencing trauma, we just view it as something that is normal, as just something that is happening, because we don't understand our emotions. We don't understand that this is making me feel scared. This is making me feel sad. We don't understand that we're on fight or flight, right? And so for the most part, we have memories that we don't even know are traumatic. And so that started happening for you. And the thing with yoga is that with all the movements that you do, they're there to target the tension in your body, because trauma is really stored in the body. Trauma is not just something we store in our minds, it is stored in our body. Right? And so yoga targets those areas of tension, like hip opening postures are really like, if you do yoga and you know what I'm talking about, then because we carry a lot of tension in our hips, and then a lot of emotional trauma in our hips, and a lot of trauma in our shoulders. So doing things like hip opening postures can really trigger those things to come up. But be wary, guys. When all of this stuff comes up, it can be very overwhelming to really process and deal with. So please take it easy. Don't try and push yourself into it too much that you're overwhelmed. Take it a day at a time. You don't want to try and rush your healing. I definitely will be sharing some yoga sequences on here. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about that. And if you're somebody that's like neo meditation yoga, nah, that is just not my jam. That is completely fine. I got you. We have therapy. Okay, therapy is really one of the easiest ways or easiest tools that you can use to get to the root of your traumas. We have people that are there to actually help you deal with this stuff, and they're there to guide you and walk you through every moment. Take advantage of that. Go to therapy. Guys, if you're somebody that does not have a therapist or just does not go to therapy, what are you doing? What are you doing? Okay, moving on. Healing leads you into the second step. Loving yourself. Loving yourself. Guys, you cannot glow up truly without loving yourself, right? Without loving the essence of who you are, without realizing that you are beautiful, you are uniquely made, you are nobody in this world is like you. So that makes you a precious gem. Okay, it just does, whether you believe it or not. But really, you need to believe it. You need to believe it. Stop seeking external validation. Yes, like we want to be validated and we want to be loved, and that is just such a natural part of being human, and it's okay to want and crave those things, but you need to remember that you need to give that to yourself too. Okay, and you need to be so strong in that when you are in a place where you are not being shown love and you're not being validated, it's okay, because you're giving that to yourself anyway, right? So it's so important that we can look at ourselves in the mirror and we love what we see. And speaking from experience, I have not always loved myself. I didn't love how I looked like. I didn't love my skin color. I didn't love my hair, because growing up, everything that you saw on TV was just basically teaching you how to hate yourself. If you didn't look like the Barbie girl who's blonde, blue eyes, then you just were not attractive at all. And so we have been conditioned to feeling like we are not enough, that we don't look good. And that is something that you definitely have to work through. And there's so many ways in which you could do that. I'll share the ways in which I was able to teach myself to love myself. I would look at myself in the mirror, like literally bare naked, no makeup, no jewelry, nothing that you used to hide behind, because that's what a lot of us do, right? We don't put on makeup and we don't wear all these beautiful clothes because we love ourselves. We do it because we actually hate ourselves and we're trying to hide what is under that, right? So I started to look at myself in the mirror every single day, and I had affirmations of I am beautiful, I love myself, nobody is like me. And I look at myself bare naked. And if you're somebody that you don't love yourself, that is very confronting, and it can be hard because you don't initially love what you see, but you have to condition yourself to love yourself and write all the good things about yourself, write all the beautiful things about yourself. Stop picking yourself apart. Stop thinking about things that don't look good, or reasons why you don't look good, and start doing the opposite things. Start writing about how beautiful, how loving you are. Write all those things about yourself, because you have to believe the good parts about yourself. You have to see them. You have to see them, because nobody can love us more than we love ourselves. Right? And I've experienced that, guys. I've been in relationships where I don't love myself, and they just reflect that. So if you want to be surrounded by people that truly love you and truly validate you, you need to do that for yourself as well. Now, things like eating healthy, listening to high frequency music, watching high frequency movies, reading high frequency books, they really, really help, because you are what you consume. Everything that we take in, like through our five senses, we become, right? So just being mindful of those things, they really contribute to how you view yourself. And do not surround yourself with people that just make you feel shit about yourself. That brings us into step number 3, boundary up. Yo, you gotta have boundaries, okay? You have to have boundaries. And as somebody who literally had 0 boundaries, I can tell you that not having boundaries just attracts more trauma, more things that you need to heal from. You need to put yourself first. And really, you need to be selfish for yourself. I'm not saying be a selfish person. I'm saying be selfish in the sense that you put yourself first. If somebody doesn't make you feel good, they're not allowed in your life. They're not allowed in your space. You need to value yourself that much that if you feel somebody's energy is not right for you, they are not coming anywhere near you. Because remember, boundaries are to protect you. My therapist once told me that boundaries are like rules, and like rules are there in place to protect us, right? For the most part, that's what rules should be there for, at least. And so boundaries are just rules that you have. Like, if you do this, then you're not allowed in my life, because that's going to hurt me. Remember, as much as we wouldn't want it to, people's energies bleed onto us, whether we like it or not. So you have to be very mindful of the people you surround yourself with. Very, very mindful. So you want to do everything in the name of loving yourself. You have good people around you because you love yourself. You're exercising and moving your body because you love yourself. You're eating healthy because you love yourself. Do it all in the name of self-love and self-care. You need to call your power back to you. Because there's people that we've allowed in our lives that have drained our energy. You need to call that power back. Do not participate in anything that drains your energy. Do not allow yourself to participate in that, because I am telling you, as somebody who's had her energy drained for years, and I didn't even realize this, by the way. I didn't even realize that my energy was being drained until I started doing the work. And the more I started having boundaries and protecting myself, the more energy I had, right? And that's when I realized, like, oh my gosh, I've spent all these years giving my power away, and that's why I've felt drained. All right, guys, we're coming to the end. The last step to glowing up is being the creative person that you are, allowing yourself to create. We are all creators, right? We are constantly creating every second of the day. We are constantly creating. What we're creating is completely down to us, but our energy, that whenever we give energy, we are creating. So allow yourself to create intentionally and consciously. Do the things that you love. If you love to paint, if you love to read, if you love to dance, do more of that, because being creative, being consciously creative, really elevates your frequency. And it just makes you feel so good because you feel energized from creating. So be creative. And the thing about allowing people to drain your energy actually is that it takes away that creative energy, and all of a sudden you're just feeling sluggish, like you just don't want to, create. And by the way, guys, it's not just people that can drain your energy. It's also just the low frequency things that we can take part in, right? Like drinking alcohol, a lot of alcohol, and just being hungover the next day and feeling sluggish, and eating shitty, oily foods, and I don't know, smoking cigarettes, and all the things that we clearly know are bad for us. Those things drain our energy as well. So take part in things that really elevate you, and what you can do is just be creative, and you will just feel very elevated. All right, guys, so that is the end of this video. If you follow these steps to a T and you're very intentional with it, you are guaranteed to glow up. Okay, you are guaranteed to glow up, and maybe by the end of it, I don't even know, you might not even want your ex back. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Anyway, thank you so much for tuning in to this video. If this resonated, please let me know what you think. Please give me a like, and if you haven't already, subscribe to this channel. I'd like to engage with you guys, so please comment if you feel called to, and I will see you guys in my next video. Mwah.